Hello.
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 Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
Okay,
Oh.
well, that's copyright material,
Oh,
Mark.
no.
So we've got
We've
to
got to
pay all
edit
of this
that out.
money now to... Like, we're trying to
We've
earn
got a
money.
billion quid, Anthony. If it means chucking a few tenors to Lionel Richie, I'm down with that.
Fine. Fine.
Lionel Richie, it's pronounced.
Yeah, in football terms.
Yeah.
Lionel Richie and Cristiano Milian.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Footballland.
This is Footballland,
and
yeah.
this
Footballland.
is a kind of a place where we are supposed to be building a football theme park, the world's first and only football theme park in the Qatari desert. We haven't made a start yet, but
You've got your dildo on a washing machine.
I'm furious.
Yeah.
I'm just furious.
You've done a loop the
When I
loop
got
in
this
your
email,
garden.
I felt like the responsibility was on my shoulders to get this theme park going.
Yeah.
So that's why I called myself the CEO. But I
Yeah.
might, you might as well be the CEO, Ryan, the CEO of wasting
Oh,
time.
no,
The
don't.
CEO of wasting time. Because
I see what he's doing. He's
what-
trying to devolve responsibility.
Yeah.
He's doing
What we've done, Ryan, is come up with loads of ideas, and you just every time talk about your bloody Steve Mechanical Bull dildo on a washing machine.
Well-
You're not talking about. I built Gary Lineker's Shit Your Pants Loop the Loop last week with the swing and the sponge on a stick.
Yeah, you didn't take any less time than it took me to build the Steve
Yeah,
Mechanical
but
Bull.
you just keep talking about Steve Mechanical
'Cause it's the
Bull in
only
your
one I
garage.
built.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. The
just like-
CEO of wasting time.
Yeah, but you've only built one as well.
Yeah, but I'm not the builder. You're the builder.
I'm
Hang
not
on a
the
minute.
builder.
You're the builder.
He's
Mark.
the builder.
Ask me how many rides I've
How
built.
many have you built?
None.
Yeah,
Fuck's
he's
sake.
the builder. I did that out of the kindness of my heart, and you're shouting at me.
Mark
Right.
called himself Chief Lord,
I am
Sir Ride Engineer.
Lord Sir Chief Ride Engineer.
Yeah,
I will
what
be
have you come up
honest
with?
here. I have bought myself a pad, and I'm not going to charge that too expensive.
Hang on, a
I've
pad
bought
of
myself
paper?
a pen,
Pad
and
of
I've
paper?
set
No, I bought you that pen.
No, I'm not going to use that pen because it's too
He
nice.
bought another pen.
I've bought a less good
So
pen.
we got two pens built
I'm
and
not
no
going to charge
rides.
it. I'm not going to charge it to
He's
the
done
company.
the old people thing of it's too nice. You know when they let you buy them some like nice
Yeah, that's
biscuits
Penny's
from
best.
like
Free Parker pen
Harrods.
from Michael
And
Parkinson.
no, it's when old people, when you gift them something that's too nice to eat, and so they just keep it in the cupboard until it goes off.
Yeah.
You go, did you ever eat those biscuits from Fortnum's? And they're like, no.
Oh no, they were too nice.
nice.
They were too nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
My grandparents had whole rooms in their house that were too nice to use. That's nuts.
they lived in the garden.
Yeah. They were camped out in the outhouse.
Okay, let's
No.
turn over a new leaf.
I
Mark.
have sat myself down. I have
Well done.
really
That's
tried.
what old people do when they're in triumph. I'm going to sit myself down
Yeah.
and have a cup of tea.
My problem is I don't know anything about building a fairground.
It's not a fairground. It's a theme park. This is the
I'm
problem,
reading the
Mark.
wrong
You've
books.
only, you've
I'm
only
reading
been
the wrong books.
you've only been to one theme park in your entire life, and that was
Dreamland.
Legoland with your parents when
No,
you were
I
an
went
adult.
to Dreamland in Margate, which is now Ben Bon Brothers, but then
Oh,
went back to...
I never want to hear Benbon Brothers again.
Where's Dreamland again now?
Yeah, but what about Legoland?
Legoland, yeah.
You don't call that a fairground, do you, Mark? Or
No,
do you?
well, that's Legoland.
Oh, let's have a jingle. Let's have a jingle.
Foot. Footballland.
Right, Ryan, you've got an idea. You've got
I
an idea
have.
for an attraction.
It started out by me doing what I usually do. I was trying to find holes in the park.
Yeah.
What don't we have yet? And you know what we don't have?
What?
A casino.
Oh shit! No, we don't have a casino, and that's so good at making
Footballers
money.
like casinos as well.
Really, really class
Yeah.
up the joint.
Class
and
up
I
the
even
joint.
thought of a name for it.
Go on.
The Tony Cascacasino.
Great.
It's
Tony
Tony's
Cascacasino. Tony Cascacasino.
Cascacasino.
Casino.
I like that.
Yeah, exactly. So I could see Tony like almost like one of those Vegas.
Yeah.
signs.
Neon Tony
Maybe,
Cascarino
yeah,
waving his hand.
waving his hand.
And like maybe he's got a cowboy hat and he's
then
like
it's-
doffing it mechanically.
It says Tony and then Casa Casino.
Oh, so it's a bit Spanish.
Yeah,
Spanish Tony Cascarino.
exactly.
He was Spanish though, wasn't he?
Was he?
No, he was Italian.
Really,
No.
really not.
Go on his Wikipedia page and try and find. I'd like to see who do you think you are? The family tree documentary, but with Tony Cascacasino.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
It's probably just like
Played for Gillingham, didn't he?
Barnet. Yeah, and Villa. So my ride isn't that.
Well, hang on, what?
Yeah.
So we're going to have to shelve Tony Cascacasino?
No, we can put that in. That's a little half pitch.
Right, okay.
We've got to vote on it. We can't just chuck it in.
All those in favour of the Tony Cascacasino say I have to.
100%
aye.
Anthony's holding his hand in the air, which is not great for an audio-only podcast.
Still not quite got
And
there.
also, do you ever watch Question Time? When
Yeah.
the audience, right, anyone in the audience has a question? And then like this like lady's 57 from like Margate, and she, like, they revert back to school. They've got their hand up for so long, and then they ask the whole question with the hand up still.
Yeah.
Like you do at school.
And they call Fiona Bruce mum by mistake.
So I was thinking about the Tony Cascacasino, and
Well, it's only just been built.
I know, but I was thinking about it.
Has it? It's been built. Great. We've made a start.
Good God. And I was like, what card games could we have in this casino?
Oh, right.
They'd have to be
Yeah.
full sort of like football related.
Yeah.
At least they should be. And then I came up with like a version of poker that I called Fulham.
Okay.
Which is like Full House.
Right.
But it's like, so if you get a full house, you need 3 of something and 2 of the other.
Yeah.
And so I thought we could adapt a deck of cards where all the black clubs,
Yeah.
1 to 11, ace to 11, are Fulham players.
You don't get an 11 of clubs.
No, you don't. Yep, maybe they do.
Card shark Ryan. over
Yeah,
here.
I'm not massively into cards. I think it's what dull people do. But
That should be on the wall with like a motivational quote on the casino.
well, cards is what you do to kill time with your mom. You don't do that with your evening, going in and hanging around other people that like cards. Like shit the bed. So. Yeah, all right. Ace through to, all right, I'll let a jack, right? Mm-hmm. That's fine. So ace
King,
through
queen?
to jack of clubs are Fulham players.
All right, okay.
And then the red hearts,
Yeah.
but the picture fellas.
The picture fellas.
Yeah, they're hams.
Okay.
Right, and you've got to try and play.
Right.
You've got to try and collect a full house. So you can either have 3 different hams and 2 Fulham players.
It's not a full house though. It's a full cottage, Craven Cottage.
Well, I'm fine with
It's a
that.
full cottage.
Yeah, full cottage. That's if you've got the 3 Fulham players and the 2 hams. But if you get the 3 hams and the 2 Fulham players, it's a full ham.
Right. Okay.
So that's one card game.
Okay. That sounds great.
Right.
So have you got all of the other suits and what are diamonds?
They're just
Nothing.
they're just diamonds. You're just trying
diamonds.
you're trying to combine Fulham players and hams.
Right. Okay.
Could it also be we've got bits of dismembered pig around the Cascacasino,
100%.
and you've just got to reconstitute the pig
There should be ham evidence.
until you've got a full ham.
Reconstitute the pig.
Well, that's really.
It's like a children's show, like Run Around with Mike Reed when I was growing up, where you just go run around.
You have
reconstitute the pig.
You've actually solved a problem that I have. So I developed full ham. I broke it out of the Cascacasino.
Yeah.
And it's his full game.
Oh.
Right. And the way I think it works is the person that is the last person into Footballland.
Yeah.
Like
just before they close the door.
Yeah, like when we're maximum capacity.
Yeah.
So when we're at full house,
Yeah.
they get to play full ham.
Okay.
And it's like Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
It's a big wheel. And on there's all the different games that you can play. And they're all related to either Fulham, the word full,
right,
or ham.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And so we've got full ham, the card game.
Yeah.
That's the first one. I think one of the other segments on the Wheel of Fortune is an eating contest.
Yeah.
And again, that can either be you've got to eat like a full ham, like all the ham, or you've got to eat a cake in like the shape of Edwin van der Sar.
Okay.
And so you can maybe on the wheel there's like a black eating competition and a red eating competition, and you've got to choose one of those. So that's my second game. And then my third game is you've got to keep Fulham up on Football Manager.
Yeah, okay. That's a nice day spent at Footballland.
You go to $1 billion theme park and you're just sat on a PC playing Football Manager. Is it even the latest one, or is it like from 1998?
0102. You can just give them 0102, the best one.
Well, it should be one that Tony Cascacasino is still in as a player.
Yeah, true.
I remember the only time I played it, he was still a player because my local side growing up was Gillingham.
Yeah.
And
he was there.
There he was.
And
With
so,
Carlos Arber.
oh,
I think he played for Gillingham.
so the aim of this is you're like the last person into Footballland, and if you don't get a full ham, so if you don't complete, it's best of 5.
Yeah.
You've got to win at least 3 of these contests.
Uh-huh.
If you don't, you get kicked straight back out of Footballland.
You have to leave.
Yeah, it's like the jeopardy
It's
of...
fine because your last in is closing in 20 minutes anyway.
it's it was your mistake, but I want to induce the sort of jeopardy, the yo-yo-ness of being Fulham.
Yes.
And so I just need a few more games that involve either ham. So we've got reconstitute the pig,
Yeah.
but that can equally be reconstitute the player, and we've got dismembered bits of
Clint Dempsey.
Clint Dempsey.
Yeah.
He'd be up for that. He's a team player.
So if you fail, you have to leave Footballland, but then someone comes in and they're the new last person in Footballland. So it's like, quick, mate! Before you enjoy the park, can you put those bits of a Clint Dempsey jigsaw puzzle, except it's his real body, just back together?
Yeah.
Stick that up there as a scarecrow, and then enjoy your day.
I don't know. I think we can limit it to the person that when we've reached full capacity, and that doesn't mean that it's right at the end of the day. It could be.
No, it could just be like a real peak time.
It could
at
be
9
like,
a.m.
2 o'clock. By the time we've reached 2 o'clock, we're at maximum capacity, and then that's like ring ding 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 ding, and it's like full ham, full ham, full ham is the full explanation of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
There's
then
3 very different pronunciations there. It's important
Well,
to
they
not
had a very
confuse
international
those.
squad.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna use commas and maybe like some umlauts and that stuff.
Are like West Ham or Hamilton Academicals, are they involved?
I mean, they could be in a ham
Sandwich.
in a ham sandwich. They could be in the ham aspect of a game. We just need, like, the Wheel of Fortune is quite big, isn't it? And so I think we need a real variation. But you've got to win either 3 Fulham games or 3 ham games.
Yeah.
It's not just 3 games.
It would be nice if you did have 3 Fulham players and we just paid them every day in Footballland just to run around the park.
Yeah.
And 2 pigs, and you've just got to you've got to collect them all, a bit like Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
So the last
How
person
do you
in.
collect a Fulham player?
Well, yeah, they're compliant. We're paying them. They're not. I mean, we grease them up so they're hard to catch. But
once you've caught them, you'd like drag them around on a bondage lead.
no, not necessarily a bondage lead, but maybe just a carts. You know that you get in B&Q. You know, like the trolleys that are really the really long ones.
Yeah.
I have a question
how do you
about
put
the
MDF
gaps
on that?
in the trolley.
Well, Mark, there's no gaps in that trolley. It's just one long board.
I think if you're smart and you want the Fulham players to stay with you for the rest of the day, you just dress yourself up like a Fulham player liaison officer.
But the pigs won't like that.
No, but that you don't need to.
You mean
you've just got to do
you
one
mean
of the
police
other.
force?
Yeah, you just got one or the other. Remember, so you've either go catch those 3. There probably should be 3 pigs, 3 pigs, 3 Fulham players. You got to catch them all, but not all. Just 3 of them.
What a catchy slogan!
It is.
If this were a televised game show, we'd have some work cut out to get some catchy copy lines. But you could catch the pigs, not all of them, some of them, and only if you're full.
You know, on the Cube where they have that big bit at the beginning where they show you somebody doing it. It was like bounce this ball into that cup. And then it shows you a man in a morph suit doing
a runner
it.
in a morph suit,
and going, look, it can be done. A bit like that.
Yeah,
just a bit like that.
But somebody in a Fulham tracksuit, but in a pig costume in a Fulham.
Yeah, I know what you're saying,
One little detail I'm quite keen to add is that obviously Michael Jackson was a big Fulham fan, had that Fulham tattoo on his chest in Earth Song. I don't know if you remember that, when his shirt flew open. And
he just had the Fulham badge, and it was the old Fulham badge, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was nice, tastefully done.
Mohammed Al-Fayed
etched it into his skin.
Yeah,
he did the tattoo.
Yeah, he's very. There was like a period, probably in the late 90s, early 2000s, where if you took a flight anywhere, the music when you were sort of on the tarmac was just Michael Jackson, but in panpipes.
Yes, it was, especially on Qantas Airways and Malaysian Airlines.
All airlines. It was probably the best-selling album of all time, but nobody knows it because it's probably in like a commercial album.
History and panpipes.
Top 40 commercial panpipe songs. But
Bad panpipes would be a terrible title.
Yeah, but that would be great if we could just pump that in the casino, because that's very casino-esque.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Okay.
That's not panpipes, that's just me sort of making a noise, but that was going to be...
that was going to be our song.
Could we get Tony Cascacasino to do karaoke over the top of Michael Jackson?
We could definitely get Jarvis Cocker coming in and mooning everyone in disgust every time it comes out. The panpipe Jarvis Cocker.
That's very Kafka-esque.
Right, well, let's get to a vote. I'm sold on this. I love how you invented a casino and then you said, fuck that, let's take it out of the casino, and then there was nothing in the casino, and then at the end you were like, let's put it back in the casino. That's perfect planning.
It came back together, full circle planning, they call that.
We should call the casino Tony Cascacasino's Full Circle with Michael Palin.
Yeah.
And with Michael's Palin and Jackson.
But it doesn't say circle. It's actually one of that sort of like a profile of a ham.
Should have Big K slaughtered and neon.
No, like a circle of a ham with a ham bone in it.
Yeah, full circle.
I don't know where Michael Palin came from, but
I think he presented that series called Full Circle. Yeah,
I know, but
well, that's the reason.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's Elvis, mate.
Okay, here we go. All right then. All those in favour of that elongated attraction name that Anthony just said, that you want it in this place called Footballland, say I after 3. 3, 2, 1.
Aye. Congratulations, Ryan. Congratulations.
Yeah, that came together.
Yeah, it's going to be a money spinner as well.
Let me take your hand. I want to take you to Footballland. It's built in the sand. And I'll run out of lyrics.
Mark, you've got an idea for an attraction.
Yeah, Mark.
For an attraction, yes. So
are we just doing all attractions?
Well, we don't know what it is yet. It's a catch-all term. It's an umbrella term.
It's an umbrella term. It is an attraction. It's a roller coaster, in fact.
Oh.
But it's called the Faillercoaster.
Right.
The Faillercoaster. So this is inspired by the amount of gifted young footballers who don't make it. It is...
They're all cleaners at our place.
Oh.
Do you remember? At Footballland, they're all... they're ball boys. Ball boys for cleaners,
ball boys are pre-failed footballers.
Yeah.
So, kind of.
These aren't literally the people who have failed.
It's not a roller coaster made out of former academy players.
What, it's like the track lying down, like that bit in Superman?
Yeah.
Where he lies down and makes the railway track.
Yeah. Is it
like that?
No.
Okay.
All right, so go on then.
So this allows the layperson who is going to Footballland to experience all the despair and self-loathing that comes with not making it and your dream job. So this allows the layperson in Footballland to experience something of the trauma of not making it in your dream job.
Right. Okay.
If you're on a professional club's books, you've probably been really good at football since the age of about 4. And some of these people that are getting let down...
Or tall,
which is very much a part of what this is. So, you've pinned everything on it. You've probably neglected your schoolwork, and you can be let down as late as kind of 17, 18, 19, and then find out you're not going to make it to professional football. It must be gutting. Yeah. Thankfully, I've never experienced a level of disappointment on that scale, and I'd like to. So this is why I've designed this ride. So you go into the waiting area, which is inside, and it's 360 degrees of video screens showing how amazing this roller coaster is going to be. It's absolutely the best roller coaster you can possibly imagine. But to get on it, you have to complete a series of biometric tests. So you will be measured. You will have a projection as to what you're going to grow into. Even if, I'm 49, I would still be measured, and an artist would sketch me and show me, right, in 10 years' time, you're going to look like a sack of shit. you're not going on this roller coaster.
You can just get a face app, that one of those face apps where you take a picture of yourself and it just shows you, and it's just put a few couple of wrinkles on some grey hair.
Yeah, but I'm giving people a job.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Trafalgar Square cartoonist who is showing you you're going to look like
they're really good.
An ugly bastard in 10 years' time.
Could we employ some court artists?
Court artists, yeah.
They are so good under pressure, aren't they?
They are brilliant.
I mean, I've never seen a good one.
So... Yes, you will. Oh, you've got asthma. No, you can't go on this ride.
Right.
You've got size 10 feet. No, you can't go on this ride.
Yeah.
You're going to be this short when you're grown up. No, you can't go on this ride. So you've spent a long time looking at how amazing this ride is, and almost no one gets to go on it.
Oh.
The final hurdle is if you can get under this. If you're too tall to, how are they worded? If you're shorter than this sign, you can't.
Riders must be above this.
If you're shorter than this, you can't go on the ride.
Yeah.
R1, it was like if you can't hurdle over this hurdle, then you're not going on the ride. So the only people that get to experience the roller coaster
are ironically people who can play professional football.
Yeah.
Athletes, elite athletes.
Yeah, but I think probably we take them behind the video screen and it's all a bit depressing as well.
Right, yeah.
I think...
Yeah, because the pressure's on us to actually build the best ride ever. It's a bit like the Tenacious D song. This is the best song in the world. It's just a tribute.
Yeah.
This isn't the best song in the world. This isn't the best ride. It doesn't exist. It's smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, it's the platonic ideal of the best thing you can think of won't be as good if you realise it because it exists.
Never meet your heroes.
You could make it proportionally like a footballer's experience. So it's very good for 90 minutes in 70 times 24, whatever that math is, right? Well, even not 90, maybe 30 minutes of that game is good. The rest of it's sort of just trotting about a bit. Maybe 30 minutes of it is you kind of thinking about something you heard somebody in the crowd say, and then the rest of it is awful. You've got aches and pains. You're being injected, massaged.
The amount of time you spend on a treatment table as a professional footballer, given that your career is likely to be, 15 years maximum, you're going to spend a significant percentage of that in a lot of pain in hospital on a treatment table. And then you've got to get yourself back to fit. So even if you make it past all the biometric tests and the projections of what you're going to look like, how old you're going to be, whether you're going to be fit, whether you've got genetic kind of conditions, if you make it past all that, it's still miserable.
Yeah. Well, we could put a hospital behind there. So we just put them in a hospital after. They get good enough and then just stick them in a hospital. Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm aware that this is all kind of doom and gloom and there's not a ray of sunshine. I want to reward people for walking away from this.
Right.
So I don't quite know what that is.
But you're forced to walk away from it.
You have to walk away.
Yeah. But you still want to reward people, even if they've got no choice but to walk away.
Reward them to feel good about themselves, because the worst thing is footballers or would-be footballers that pin everything on... one of my godsons was 9 years old when he was told, no, we've projected you're amazing at football, you're the best of your year by miles, we've projected your growth, you're not going to make it to professional footballer. That is a hell of a thing to tell a 9-year-old boy you're not going to make
also
it.
Seemingly a bit bullshit, because look at players that are 5'6".
They came and measured his parents. He was on the books of a Premier League club.
Sitting.
Sitting.
Yeah, because when you go to a hospital, they do your weight, you just sit in a chair.
Oh, but how would they measure? I thought height.
So well, they do it with a piece of string where you get a piece of string and you measure each bit, and then you measure around and you...
Yeah, that's nice.
Well, or they do a little walking click.
The same happens for boys and girls that want to be professional ballet dancers. They find out at an obscenely young age that, no, you're going to grow wrong.
Yeah.
So if there's one thing I'd like to come out of this, it's tiny footballers.
Yeah.
Tiny footballers with all kinds of genetic disorders and ballerinas with big boobs.
Oh, yeah.
Because those are things you don't see, and it's a damn shame.
That Black Swan was a tragedy, wasn't it? Yeah, her tits were terrible.
I sort of see where you're going with this. So you almost want to leave innocuous stuff sort of littered around that room that people might find joy in.
Yeah, like a nice meeting with Phil Babb or something,
because we got football related necessarily. It's more that Mark's trying to say that rather than pinning all your hopes on being a footballer, you actually realise that you're macrame.
Yeah.
Or,
The guy that services my boiler was on the books of a Premier League club. It's not a euphemism.
How is that a euphemism?
Come on. Yeah.
And he said he didn't realise how miserable he was when he was on this Premier League club's books until they told him, no, you're not going to be tall enough. We can't have you anymore. He says, I've never kicked a ball again. I love golf and I love my job servicing your boiler. It's only my boiler he services.
But he's too small to do boilers as well.
No, because he could go,
he
can go right up the flue. If the pilot light fails,
Mark's pilot light fails.
he crawls inside and reignites my fire.
Like a chimney sweep. Is he a... Yeah.
He's the size of a mouse.
I would like, Mark, if I think this can all be distilled into, let's just shrink some people and let them play football like borrowers. Let's see a little mini game of football, like on a table.
I was going to say a similar thing. I was going to say this could almost be be distilled into eating a pear.
Yeah.
Because pears are, you think, and everyone's
can't wait
told
to
you
eat
how
that
good a pear is, right? Pears are good. They're
Worcestershire,
good for you.
this is one of the orchards. Can't wait to eat it.
And you're looking at that pear.
In the 3 seconds I've got.
It's got a threshold of about 30 seconds.
Exactly.
And either side of that 30 seconds, and the pear is too firm or too unfirm.
And not only that,
soft.
It then deliberately sabotages every other piece of fruit in the fruit bowl. It fucks them all up. It's like, you can't eat me and you can't eat anything else now because I've made them ripen to shit.
Bananas or oranges?
A pear, the chemicals it gives off, it rots every other fruit around it.
Is that true? I did not know that.
Ethylene. It's apples and the buggers for ripening and other stuff. Yeah,
but you're right. A pear, you put an avocado next to a pear, that avocado's fucked, and you've bought an avocado, you can't buy a house anymore.
And that's kind of what you're doing with this.
Well, maybe
with this ride, you're sort of it's so tempting, but it's so fleeting.
But when you're told you're going to look rubbish and be rubbish and too small, too tall, too ill, or whatever,
that's what a pear is.
Yeah. And so you're trudging out of what would have been the best roller coaster ever, holding your caricature of you looking like a nutsack.
Yeah.
You get taken round to the back.
You get drawn as a nutsack.
You get taken with hair. You get taken round the back where the people who have passed all those tests are just sitting in an empty green screen room with a morph suit on going, well, this is rubbish.
Yeah.
And then you don't feel so bad. So then the people who pass all that and get to live the dream, inverted commas, they are the ones that are ultimately disappointed by this.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I love that.
It's an unusual experience.
It's educational is what I'm trying to
say.
And it's nuanced.
And that's a really good point. You don't have to enjoy every ride at Footballland. Look at museums. Have you ever been to a museum and had fun?
Yeah.
Arguably,
but not
Cadbury's
all the time.
World.
Not all
Cadbury's World, but certainly not the British Museum.
But if it generates a kind of pas de deux in Romeo and Juliet on the Royal Opera House stage where the lead ballerina has massive knockers and the guy weighs 48 stone and is 2 foot tall.
Yeah. Then I'm for that.
Then we have done a service to the art world.
And if we see a little borrower
playing football, there's a lot of corollary positives.
Yeah.
I think if you want to see that, you just go to Sadler's Wells.
That's true.
It's called Line Dance.
You should call it the corollary positives. Whatever you said, we should call it the corollary positives.
Okay,
that's the
all
name
in
of the
favour of corollary positives.
Okay.
After 3, say aye. 3, 2, 1.
Aye.
Oh, I'm torn.
Natalie Imbruglia.
I don't know, because I think philosophically I'm with it, but I think
it's going to dampen the mood, isn't it?
It's going to be the most underwhelming bit of Footballland, and so I tell you what, I'll go aye.
Congratulations, Mark.
But we'll we need to work on it.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Gentlemen and ear holders, I have a ride idea. This is called the Aubameyang Boomerang.
Oh.
Now, recently, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, he was just on holiday in Barcelona.
Yeah.
And just with his family, looking at the Sagrada Familia, going down Las Ramblas. And then he ended up that night playing for Barcelona. He joined the club.
Yeah.
The only what I would say to him is, from a tax perspective, you could, I don't know if he does his own tax returns, but you can probably expense his flight at least.
Right.
Yeah.
But probably not the Sagrada Familia tickets.
Yeah.
And probably
I'm
not
sure he's struggling for cash.
Well, just, that's where rich people are rich because they're clever with their finances.
True. They are.
Mark.
Okay,
And they're very...
Yeah.
So he
diligent.
could probably expense that, but I don't think he can expense his wife and kids,
No.
plane tickets themselves, because that is pleasure.
I was on holiday in 1979 in Southampton and ended up having a run out at right back.
Exactly.
Ooh,
Yeah,
age
that's
7.
the thing. And this ride is more like a travel agent's. It's called the Aubameyang Boomerang, and it's a shuttle that sends you from Footballland to any city of your choice to go on holiday, but at the end there, you work there full time.
Oh. So less like a boomerang and more like a...
It's more like a javelin, isn't it? It's the Aubameyang javelin. But it's a boomerang because it drops you off, but then it sends your wife and children back home. Back here.
I thought you were going to say it was a bit like an excursion. Like we went on holidays to Cyprus and then just went on like a 48-hour trip to Egypt.
Yeah.
I don't even remember where we slept. I mean, it was...
Sounds terrible.
There was no sleeping.
No, that's what I mean. Were we just on a coach for 48 hours? It was insane.
That's so true about going to Cyprus and all places around there. It's like, hi, you're in Cyprus now. By the way, do you want to go on a day trip to another country?
Yeah.
I don't think you get that in many places.
No.
We did a similar thing several times. Just to counter that, we went to Florida and went on a day trip to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know where we slept.
What was the sleeping problem with your family?
I don't know.
You just can't remember the sleeping.
I can't remember the sleeping bit, and I don't know whether that was because I was a kid and I was asleep.
Yeah.
And so I just
or it was just so nondescript, like a motel where you slept in.
And we did a similar thing in Hawaii where we went from one island to another island.
Yeah.
The actual island that was called Hawaii.
It could go horribly wrong, couldn't it? You could set off from like wherever you like. Let's say you grew up in Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
A holiday in New York.
Yep.
Do you fancy a day trip to Birmingham? And suddenly you're back home in the middle of your holiday and you've paid for it.
Well, that's the lottery of Aubameyang's javelin.
Yeah. Okay.
/ boomerang. He's a travel agent. I mean, we can pay him. I don't want to say his career's already over at Barcelona, but it's only a matter of time. He's like, he's only got a couple of years, and we could probably get him on loan
as well
at Footballland at least from November. I don't think he's going to be playing in the World Cup. So, we could get him as a travel agent, and he just literally says to anyone, I think we're going to have to get some deals. When you go past a travel agent, you just see cards in the window and it's like, the megabus special to Spain. And it's literally, no pictures, £328 per person.
It's just scrawled in marker pen
it's scrawled in
marker pen. On an index card.
And before you know it, you're on a bus on a mystery tour to another country and you don't know where you're going. But because all the results are the same, it doesn't matter. So all we need to do is we're going to go to every travel agent in Britain, get the cards. All we need to do, go to each window. And Ryan, you can tap you distract the travel agent. Okay, just talk to them about, anything. Just talk about, get a few brochures, lay them out. Yeah, go to STA Travel. It's not STA Travel really, isn't it? It's the more independent ones.
No, it's Star.
Yeah. Just get all the catalogues and just ask loads of questions. Mark, you cover me. Okay, just provide cover. Look around, and I'm going to unblue tack all of the deals from the window of the travel agent.
All of them.
All of them.
Okay,
every single one.
I've got a football idea.
What am I doing to cover you?
Wait till it's
you
closed.
Just look around.
Wait till it's closed.
Oh, and break in. That'll be a crime, wouldn't it? Yeah, great PR for us.
You don't need to break in. You stay on the pavement.
Yeah.
And in like old films where they cut a circle out of the glass, we cut the whole window out and just take the whole window.
Yeah.
They're all stuck to the window.
B&Q caves on
so
wheels.
You both need to cover then.
Yeah, and you need to bring your B&Q.
I need to bring the suction, the suction thing you put on the thing.
I reckon we're going to need 2 of those B&Q trolleys.
We don't need suction cups because we can use the blue tack we've already stolen from other travel agents on the glass to get that off.
Not if the new method is only cutting windows out. We won't have any blue tack.
Well, the first one we won't have any blue tack, but then we'll have loads of blue tack after.
Yeah, how do we do the first one though?
We're going to have to get cutters for the first one.
It's a bit chicken and egg, isn't it? Yeah. What came first?
The blue tack
the
or
window
the suction
display
cups.
or the blue tack.
Then we give all of the cards to Aubameyang, shuffles them. Footballers love cards, don't they? And every new customer comes in, a family. Oh, hello, Sunil and your Anita and little Jeff.
Little Jeff.
Full name.
Is that your son?
First
no, that's my husband.
Little Jeff.
Here's your card. Oh, that's Kiev. 3 nights. I can't name a single landmark in Kiev.
The Ukrainian Peace Memorial.
You're going to go and visit the Ukrainian Peace
What were those
Memorial.
boxers? The boxing
The
brothers.
Vitale, the Klitschko brothers.
Sports
farm.
Memorial.
They've probably got a farm. They probably invested in a farm. You're going to the Klitschko brothers farm.
No, childhood home. They love childhood homes.
Childhood homes.
Tours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you can go to their farm, you can go to the Peace Memorial, and you can go to look at whether they were children.
Yeah.
Whether they were children. You can go and look at whether they were children.
Yeah.
Well, look at the records.
Born
We go to
full size.
the Ukrainian National Archives.
Yeah. See if they were children. Get all of the. Anyway, it'll be a fun
they were
3
definitely
days.
children.
Lovely 3 days for
They are two men.
Sunil, Anita, and little
They
Jeff.
are two men that you would question whether they
whether
were
they ever children.
Whether they
Yeah.
ever children. I don't think they were.
Yeah.
They're definitely, some people
Yeah.
that have such a strong beard that you're like born with that.
Yeah. Born with that beard.
Born with that.
They could get into Wetherspoons or Yates's Wine Lodge at the age of 14.
Well,
any
younger.
time.
Yeah.
13, 14.
Two.
Yeah.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang says, "Oh, by the way, Sunil or Anita,
Or little
what
Jeff.
is your profession, just in case, you know?" And they say, "Oh, I'm an IT engineer," or I work in a circus.
Little Jeff
They
is
say,
good in
little
the circus.
Jeff. Well,
He
it
gets
doesn't
fired out
matter.
of
It doesn't
cannon
matter to
twice
him.
daily.
He's not going to be there.
What's happening to little Jeff?
Well, he's got to go back. So basically, one of the parents, they go out there. We fly them out to Kiev. They have a nice time there, but then we've already set them up with a job in Kiev that they can
But
be
only
installed.
one of them.
Yeah, only one of them. That's why it's called the Boomerang. And then we
Okay.
send the rest of the family back to Footballland. So a travel agent.
What?
So you're at Footballland on holiday.
Yeah.
And you're in a theme park. You're in the world's first football-themed theme park. And there's a
Travel agent.
There's a travel agent
Run by Aubameyang. Yeah.
Run by Aubameyang in the theme park.
/ careers service, really.
Yeah. I mean, you only find that out later.
True.
When you don't get the return leg
Well,
of your...
it'll say in very small print.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, when you don't get on the return leg of your flight, just your wife and child or
your husband and child,
and child do. Yeah, that's quite a strange experience. People are booking a holiday whilst on holiday.
But your family did it.
Your family did it.
Well,
exactly,
no,
right.
We went on an excursion, and that's what it needs to be sold off, and that's the kind of point
Excursion trips,
that I'm driving at. Yeah, that's what I mean. It almost needs to be like, you need to still sell it as Aubameyang's Boomerang, because you've got to be expecting to come back.
Yeah.
And I'd football relate it, and all the jobs are at football clubs, because otherwise it's very odd. This is all very odd. So if it were like, okay, so I'm in Footballland, I'm walking along. Oh, look, there's
Aubameyang's Boomerang.
Aubameyang's Boomerang.
Looks like a fun name. Yep.
That's like fun, exactly. Like many of the things in Footballland. I walk over and I've got this sort of poorly manufactured shop front made from many different
Well, it's just a pane of glass in the sand. There's no shop behind it.
Stolen
with sunlight pouring through it and really hurting whoever's behind it.
Yeah, fading all of the red writing. And then there's just there's a whole host of countries on it, but with no link to football. Then you're going to at least need to put like a Dynamo Kiev badge in the corner to go,
what's your favourite team?
Should we go on an excursion? I've always wanted to go to
great
the Luzhniki Stadium.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, great
That's an
idea.
excursion.
That's an excursion.
Yeah.
That's an excursion. My only counter to you saying, does anyone go on holiday when they go on holiday? Most people, when they're on their plane back from holiday, be like, oh, I can't wait to book my next holiday. Always talking about their next holiday.
True.
So
that's the only thing I'm talking
while you're on holiday.
But I like the idea of, you've got a map of all of the football clubs in the world, and
made of glass,
made of
stolen shop fronts
with post-it notes on each one.
Yeah,
but yeah, you do end up. It's going to be hard liaising with each club to find a job but that's what recruiters do. And we're recruiters now, fellas.
I don't know how much we've got to get involved with
recruiters.
that end. I would say we're just the transport end of things. So what we do is we send, Sunil.
Send 3 of them out there, but only 2 of them can come back.
Exactly. We're selling 2 return tickets and one one-way ticket. And that's it, really.
And that's it. That's all we
All right.
need. Yeah, all right.
It's probably time to
All in favour of Aubameyang's Boomerang. All in favour of Aubameyang's Boomerang. Say aye. 3, 2, 1.
Aye. Yeah, I
thank
want to
you.
see how this ends.
Yeah. Well, not well.
No, I don't think well either, but it'll be interesting.
I still don't really understand why we can't just set up a travel agency. Why we have to steal the glass, but
That's why you're not a businessman. You're not a businessman.
For a
You're not a
pound.
businessman, Mark.
Yeah, no, I fully admit my lack of business knowledge is not going to hold me back. I'm
It's
going
about
to
the
trust
journey,
you guys.
Mark.
Yeah,
It's about the
Yeah,
journey. It's not just about setting up a business.
Yeah.
Okay, and is that it?
That's
I think that is it. Yeah.
You did your ride.
Yeah, I
You
did mine.
did your ride.
Yeah.
I did my ride.
You did
Fine.
yours.
Done.
Attractions.
3
Right.
attractions.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Sounds like a 60s soul group. Ladies and gentlemen, the 3 attractions. It's just Mark's sort of like busty ballerina coming on.
Hello.
Mark getting his boiler
And a
service.
48 stone Romeo.
That's what you call it.
No, it's different to the
service my
different to
48
the-
stone Romeo.
Hello, is that Jeanette's Escorts? Yeah. Can I get a 14 stone Romeo, please?
All right. Okay. See you next time.
Bye.